Wasn't supposed to find out about cabin 1409. That's what the crew kept telling me. And now that I know what's inside it, I understand why. I booked the cruise in early 2026. It wasn't a luxury thing, just one of those mid-tier ships that promise relaxation and escape, but mostly deliver buffet lines and sunburns. I needed to get away. Work had been draining. My apartment felt smaller every night. I'd started waking up at 3 a.m. for no reason, staring at the ceiling while distant sirens echoed through the city. So I booked the trip impulsively. 5 nights, open ocean, no responsibilities. I thought distance would fix whatever felt wrong in my head. I didn't know I was sailing towards something worse. The ship was massive. Glass elevators, polished brass railings, the faint smell of sunscreen and salt air everywhere. The first day was normal. Drinks on the upper deck, loud music by the pool, people taking selfies with the ocean in the background like it was proof they were alive. My cabin was on deck 14, small but clean. The hallway outside was narrow and carpeted in dark blue with little gold compass patterns stitched into it. That's when I first noticed something strange. Every door on the deck had a brass number plate, except one. Halfway down the corridor, between 1407 and 1411, there was just blank wall. No door, no number, just continuous paneling like the space didn't exist. I remember stopping and counting twice. 1405, 1406, blank space, 1411. I assumed I miscounted. Ships are weirdly designed. I shrugged it off. That night I heard someone knocking, slow, deliberate. 3 knocks, pause, 3 knocks. It wasn't my door. It echoed faintly down the hallway. I opened mine. The corridor was empty. The carpet muffled everything. No footsteps, no voices. Just the low mechanical hum of the ship moving through dark water. I stood there longer than I should have. Then I noticed something that made my stomach drop. Between 1407 and 1411, there was a door. Plain, matte gray. No brass plate, no handle, just a seam in the wall where one hadn't been before. I stepped closer. There was a faint engraving near eye level. 1409. The numbers were scratched in, not polished like the others, like someone didn't want it there. The next morning it was gone again, just wall. I asked the room attendant casually while she replaced my towels, "Is there a 1409 on this deck?" She froze, just slightly. Then she smiled too quickly. "No, sir, there's no 1409. "But I saw," she interrupted gently. "Some decks skip numbers for balance, like hotels skip 13. Her tone said, "Drop it." So I did, at least out loud. The knocking started every night after that, always around 1:12 a.m. 3 knocks. Pause. 3 knocks. Sometimes farther down the hall, sometimes closer. One night I opened my door right as it happened. The hallway lights flickered, and 1409 was there again. This time slightly ajar, just a crack. Darkness inside. No light spill, no sound. I should have walked away. Instead, I stepped forward. The air near the doorway felt colder, like the temperature dropped 5 degrees. I could hear something faint inside. Not movement, not breathing. More like a low static hum. The kind you hear when an old television is on in another room. I leaned closer, and I heard my own voice, whispering from inside the cabin, "Don't come in." I stumbled back. The door shut instantly. The seam in the wall vanished, just smooth paneling again. My heart was slamming so hard I felt it in my ears. The next day I tried asking other passengers. One couple laughed, said I'd had too many cocktails. But one older man went quiet when I mentioned the number. He looked toward the hallway instinctively. Then he said something that hasn't left my head since. "It wasn't always sealed." I leaned closer. "What do you mean?" He swallowed. 5 years ago, different ship, same line. A cabin was removed from records. Why? He stared at the ocean instead of answering. Because sometimes a room isn't empty. Then he walked away. That night, I didn't sleep. At exactly 1:12 a.m., the lights in my cabin dimmed on their own. Not fully off, just lower. The knocking started again, but this time it was at my door. 3 knocks. Pause. 3 knocks. I didn't move. Another 3 knocks. Then my voice, on the other side. Open it. I felt cold sweat roll down my back. I know you're awake. The tone was identical, same pitch, same slight rasp in my throat, but calmer, more confident. I've been waiting. The handle slowly turned. I never touched it. The door opened inward. The hallway was empty, except 1409 was fully visible now. Wide open. Lights on inside. I could see furniture, a mirror, and someone sitting on the edge of the bed, facing away from me, wearing my clothes. I stepped into the hallway. The ship felt quieter than it should have been. No distant music, no footsteps, just the faint groan of metal against ocean pressure. I approached the doorway. The person inside tilted their head slightly, like they knew I was there, but they didn't turn around. The mirror on the wall faced the bed, and I saw the reflection. It was me, but smiling, slowly, deliberately, eyes just slightly misaligned, like they weren't focused on the same thing. The reflection spoke, without the seated figure moving. You're almost in sync. The door behind me slammed shut. I spun around. My own cabin door was gone. The hallway stretched impossibly long in both directions. Every door now read 1409. All of them slightly open, all dark inside. The seated figure finally stood up and turned around. It was my face, but older, tired, skin slightly gray, eyes too still. You checked in when you boarded, it said calmly. Everyone does. What is this? I whispered. You left something behind, it replied. What? Yourself. The lights went out. I woke up on the floor of my actual cabin. Morning sunlight through the porthole. Normal hallway outside. Number 1409. I almost convinced myself it was a nightmare until I looked in the bathroom mirror. For half a second, my reflection didn't blink when I did. I ended the trip early, told guest services I felt sick. They didn't question it. As I disembarked, I glanced back at the ship. For a split second, I swear I saw someone standing in one of the Deck 14 windows, watching me. Same clothes, same posture. Not waving, just waiting. That was 3 weeks ago. Ever since I've been back home, something feels slightly off. My apartment sometimes smells faintly like salt water. At exactly 1:12 a.m., I hear 3 knocks. Not on my door, but somewhere deeper inside the building. And last night, I checked my booking confirmation email. There was a cabin number listed. I don't remember choosing it, but it was there. Cabin 1409. Have you ever stayed somewhere that felt like it was still holding on to you? Because sometimes I think I didn't leave that ship. Sometimes I think something else did, and I'm just the cabin it checked into. Would you open the door if you heard your own voice knocking? Or would you pretend the hallway was empty? I tried to ignore the knocks. For 3 nights. At exactly 1:12 a.m., 3 knocks. Pause. 3 knocks. Always distant, always somewhere inside the building, never revealing the exact apartment door, like it was moving. The first night I convinced myself it was pipes expanding. The second night I turned my TV up to drown it out. The third night I opened my front door at 1:11 a.m. and stood there waiting. The hallway lights flickered at 1:12. 3 knocks echoed, but not from the hallway, from inside my apartment. I closed the door slowly. The knocks came again, from my bedroom. My skin prickled. My bedroom door was closed, I don't remember closing it. I walked toward it carefully. The air felt damp, heavy, like ocean air before a storm. 3 knocks, this time from the other side of the bedroom door. Slow, measured, like something patient. I didn't open it. Instead, I stepped back. And that's when I heard something worse, the faint hum of engines. Low, mechanical, distant, like a ship moving through water, inside my apartment. The bedroom door creaked open on its own. Just slightly. I could see darkness inside, not shadow, not absence of light. Darkness that felt thick. My phone vibrated in my hand. Unknown number, no caller ID. I answered before thinking. Static, then a voice. Mine, but calmer. You should have stayed. The call ended. My phone screen flickered, and for half a second it wasn't my lock screen. It was a cruise ship hallway, blue carpet, gold compass patterns, and every door read 1409. The next morning I checked my cruise app. I never deleted it. Didn't know why. Maybe I wanted proof it happened. When I opened it, something new appeared. A notification. Cabin sync in progress. No other explanation. No update option. No way to delete it. I uninstalled the app. It reappeared an hour later, still logged in, still showing cabin 1409. That night I stayed awake. 1:11 a.m. No knocks yet, but I could feel something building, pressure in my ears, like descending underwater. 1:12. No knocking, just silence. Too much silence. Then, water, dripping, from my ceiling. I looked up, tiny droplets forming in a perfect circle, directly above my bed. Drip, drip, drip. Salt water. It tasted like it. I don't know why I checked. The ceiling bulged slightly, like something pressing from above. I live on the top floor. There is nothing above me. The bulge shifted, slowly, like something crawling. I backed away, and the ceiling cracked. Just a hairline split. From inside I heard faint music, distant, cheerful. Pool deck music, applause, laughter, the sound of vacation. Then the crack widened, and I saw it. Not clearly, but enough. A narrow hallway beyond the ceiling. Blue carpet, gold compass patterns. Someone standing upside down, looking down at me, through the crack, smiling. I ran out of my apartment barefoot, didn't grab anything, didn't lock the door. The hallway outside looked normal, until I noticed something. The numbers on the apartment doors were wrong. My neighbor's door read 1409. The one across from it? 1409. Every door down the hallway? 1409. I turned slowly. The walls weren't my apartment building anymore. They were narrower, carpeted, slightly curved, like the interior of a ship. I could feel motion, subtle sway, like being at sea. The elevator at the end of the hall dinged. The doors slid open. Inside stood the older version of me, the one from the cabin. Same gray skin, same calm eyes. "You can't keep delaying check-in," he said. "This isn't real," I whispered. He tilted his head. "It's more real than the version you left behind." Behind him, I saw my apartment, perfectly intact, ceiling normal, lights on, as if nothing happened. "You crossed the threshold," he continued, "when you stepped toward 1409. I didn't go inside. You don't have to." The elevator doors began closing. Sync completes when you stop resisting. They shut. The hallway snapped back. My apartment building. Normal numbers. Normal lighting. I stood there shaking. I went back inside slowly. The ceiling was dry. No crack. No water. My phone lay on the bed. Screen on. New notification. Transfer at 87%. I don't sleep anymore, because every time I do, I dream I'm back in that cabin. Except now, I'm the one sitting on the bed, facing away from the door, waiting for someone to step inside. And every night I hear footsteps approaching, slow, careful, hesitant, and I know exactly who it is. Me. I stopped going to work. I stopped answering texts. I stopped pretending my apartment was normal, because it wasn't. Even when everything looked fine, it felt wrong. Like I was living in a version of my place that had already been copied, and I was the extra file. The notification wouldn't go away. Transfer at 87%. It stayed there for 2 days, never moving, never disappearing, just waiting, like it was measuring something. Maybe resistance, maybe fear, maybe sleep. On the third night, I gave in. Not because I wanted to, but because I was tired. Tired of the knocks, tired of the dripping water, tired of feeling like I was slightly out of sync with my own body. I sat on my bed, opened the Cruise app, and this time, it loaded instantly. No glitch, no delay, just a clean screen. Welcome back to cabin 1409. Below that, complete transfer? 2 buttons, yes, no. My finger hovered. The apartment felt quiet, too quiet. Then I heard it, not knocking, not dripping, breathing, behind me, slow, calm, patient. I didn't turn around because I already knew what I'd see. The older version of me, waiting. I pressed no. The breathing stopped. The screen flickered. Transfer at 94%. I didn't understand. I chose no. Why did it increase? That's when the phone vibrated again. Unknown number. I answered. This time it wasn't my voice. It was a woman. Calm, professional, like cruise staff. Cabin 1409 has been unoccupied for too long. I never went inside. Your body didn't. Silence, then. But something did. The call ended. The lights in my apartment dimmed, not flickering, just lowering, like a sunset happening indoors. The walls curved slightly, subtle, but enough. The air grew humid. I smelled salt. I heard waves. My bedroom door creaked open on its own. Beyond it, not my hallway, a cruise corridor, blue carpet, gold compass patterns. Cabin 1409 directly across. Door slightly open, soft yellow light spilling out. I stood slowly. Every step toward that door felt heavy, like walking underwater. The closer I got, the more I felt something pulling. Not physical, internal, like memory rearranging, like reality soft resetting. I reached the door, pushed it open. Inside the cabin, it wasn't empty. It was perfect. Bed made, balcony curtains drawn, TV off, bathroom light on, and on the bed, me, asleep, breathing softly, normal skin, normal color, alive. I stepped closer. The sleeping version of me opened his eyes and smiled. "You're late." I tried to move. I couldn't. My feet were rooted to the carpet. He sat up slowly, swinging his legs over the edge of the bed. "You were never supposed to leave," he said calmly. "I didn't stay on that ship." He tilted his head. "You did." The room glitched. For a split second, I saw water filling the cabin, saw myself floating, unmoving, eyes open. Then it snapped back to normal. "I checked out," I whispered. "You checked out of a dream," he replied. "This is the memory that stayed." My phone buzzed in my hand. I looked down. Transfer complete. The room went dark. When the lights came back, I was on the bed, lying down, staring at the ceiling. I tried to sit up. I couldn't. Across the room, near the door, stood me. The apartment version, looking confused, breathing heavy. He touched his face, his chest, his arms, like he was confirming something. He looked at me, and I understood. He wasn't trapped. I was. He stepped backward into the hallway, which now looked like my apartment again. Normal, stable, safe. The door closed behind him, locked, from the outside. I don't know how long I've been here. Time doesn't move the same. Sometimes I hear ocean waves. Sometimes I hear muffled city traffic. Sometimes I hear knocks, 3 at a time, from inside the walls. I've tried opening the cabin door. It doesn't budge. No handle on the inside, just smooth metal. Sometimes the TV turns on by itself. Static. Then a camera feed. My apartment. I watch myself living, sleeping, scrolling, working, like nothing happened, except sometimes he pauses, looks toward his bedroom door at exactly 1:12 a.m., like he hears something, like he knows. And here's the part I didn't understand at first. Every night, I hear footsteps in the hallway outside this cabin. Slow, careful, approaching. They stop at my door. 3 knocks, pause, 3 knocks. And I know exactly who it is. Another version, another copy, another me that didn't stay, waiting to sink, waiting to transfer, waiting to take my place. Because cabin 1409, it's never empty. It just rotates. If you ever go on a cruise and you pass a cabin that staff won't talk about, and you notice the number looks slightly darker than the others, and you swear you hear breathing inside, don't knock, don't linger. And whatever you do, if you wake up at 1:12 a.m. and hear 3 knocks, don't answer. Because if you do, you might be the next one checking in. Have you ever felt slightly out of place in your own home? Like something shifted while you weren't looking? Be honest, because if you have, you might already be at 87%.